Alright, it's a little later than I wanted to do this, but I don't want to put it off anymore either. So I guess we're doing this. I want to get these role quests done because, at least for one, I'd like to be able to dye my Dragoon armor because I like my Dragoon armor. And it looks nice, but it could look better. Could look better. Yes. So, we find ourselves here at the wonderful Shibboleth Tai. Shibboleth Tai. I don't think once in the entire MSQ does anyone actually pronounce the name of this place. So it's kind of a guess. But we're going to be talking to our friend here, Bruk Evu, not Wook Evu. One of my favorite characters so far. He's great. He's a one trick, but he's great. I'll turn this up a little more, actually. It looks like the volume is pretty good. Let's see what's in store for us. I haven't done one of these in a while. My voices are going to be all over the place, I'm sure. Alright, Brukevu, talk to me. Uncouth customers. Brukevu has an urgent job for a courageous soul. Malik! I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon, either. I have got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust it with. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. Yep, over here. Ah, here we go. Nice. Let's just have a seat. There we go. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I am a Bruk Evu, proprietor of Cheval Tai. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across Tural, and sometimes further, come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Sitting just over there, in fact, having a conversation, most foul. I thank you all for coming here, so far from your respective homes. Oh, what, we're not gonna echo this? It's just gonna be a flashback? Alright. One of them's got a mammoth. As this is the first time we have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am... Welcome, welcome. What'll you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important. Raised her hand, and he's like, yep, what do you want? Now then, where was I? Oh, yes. I'm Afia. Well, okay, alright. Pardon? Afiahi. I'm Afiahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the passage of the Unbound. My secretive villainous order with ambitions to sow discord through the world. Really? Meanwhile, it's a Legion of Doom. Villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason. To throw the world into a mire of chaos, and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who've dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. A grand design for a group of 6, even if we manage to muster others to our side. There's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. Hold on a second. Tank healer, melee, 2 range. There's 5 rolls, right? But there's 6 of them? And in so doing, we shall become unbound. Like the birds soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wings, staining the azure skies black. Oh man, this is a This is a delusional group, man. This is like what's that anime trope? Chunibyo? It's a bunch of chunies. But sometimes the skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Toral. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts, which possess untold power. Oh, did you say artifacts? Oh, I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. My imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Tural continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of fearsome beasts called Tural Vidral, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. I'm gonna forget all these voices. I had guesses because they gave me descriptors in their names. Once I learn their names, I'm gonna forget anything that I did with these voices. I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of the unbound open unto the world. We begin at once. They didn't order a single thing. How rude. That is the long and short of it. What do you think? They might lack discretion. They seem formidable nonetheless. They left without ordering anything. Villainous indeed. Right? That's what I was thinking. It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect, and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can say as long as you like. Thank you. Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story, then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of the Eorzean and beyond. Oh, so we're going to be traveling across the salt. Okay. Fantastic. Now, I know you've business in Toral, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place. But if you could take the time to hear Raul Magun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand. He's so delightful. Hello. Or she. That would be she, right? Right. Based on the way the races present themselves. Greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable. Greetings, Ralmergen. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? A nuisance? Why perish the thought? You've come just in time, in fact. None other but the vaunted Malik has agreed to aid in the search. Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you'd better depart on the next ship. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tuliolal in search of aid. Loa Zinquek here comes from a village to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she remains a stout protector, someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest. The heirloom that Neopine must recover afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counter this effect. The search for Sashpa's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. And lastly, there is Suhe, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact aside that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. Aren't you forgetting someone, Raulja? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Roja hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effect of his village's treasure. Did I get that right? Indeed, indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Ralmajin. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Malak. Of course, I shall share all that I know on the matter. You need only ask. And know that I will not hold it against you, should you choose to assist only those for whom your talents are best suited, so long as you do what you can. The people of Tural, and maybe even further, will be in your debt. Yeah, you get experience from these, but, I might switch in and out if I can. We'll see, since they give experience. Gain access to the role quest for Dawntrail. A separate quest line and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical ranged, magical ranged, and healer. Speak with the people of Tural gathered in Shibalev Te and assist them with recovering their stolen treasures. Alright, so I definitely want to start with the melee DPS because, well, that's the one I know I definitely want to get the recolors for. So if I want to get some XP... My highest level one is Viper. I could just pick that up temporarily. Shashishpia. The Hunter and the Hunted. Hello there. I take it you've spoken with Brukevu, willing to lend a hand? I'm truly grateful. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Shashishpa, and I have traveled far from my village in the forest of Jaktural in search of a brave soul to help us retrieve our stolen treasure. For generations have my people watched over the Dreamweave cocoon, the vessel in which the power of the shallow-tailed Tural Vidral is sealed. Before its ascension, the swallowtail warded off would-be predators by assuming the form of more threatening butterflies, poisonous ones, and the like, through its skill at mimicry. So it survived day after day, summer after summer, until the dawn of its great new existence. It became capable of taking on the form of any creature which crossed its path. This fearsome power was sealed within the cocoon, and any who possess it command the selfsame abilities. Indeed, the wielder, too, may assume the form of any manner of beast or man they've beheld. Yet this mimicry is not limited to merely physical forms, no. The wielder may replicate the talents and abilities of their target so long as such actions fall within their kin, that is. In an instant, they might become a master of the hunt, or a twin-blade-wielding viper, or a savage brax, with the claws and fangs to gut whomever they please. It is this power which has protected my village from the predators of the forest. For though it grants many boons, the forest contains threats in equal measure. By donning the skins of its most formidable beasts, we've kept ourselves safe for generations. Without the cocoon, my village's very survival is at risk, and that is why we have sent our foremost hunter, Latoka, to ensure its reclaim. She has never failed to capture her quarry, so I thought she would make short work of this ordeal. Yet there's been no word from her. I feel this may be a hunt she cannot undertake alone. It is for that reason I wish to enlist the aid of one familiar with the lay of the land beyond the Great Sea, and one whose prowess in close quarters would complement her expertise with the bow. One of the villagers ran into the thief before he fled. He said he intended to use the cocoon's power in Kugane, which I understand is the name of a large settlement located far, far to the east. Please, for the sake of my home, set out for this eastern habitation and assist Lotoka with retrieving the cocoon. As long as you're willing to cover my teleportation expenses, leave it to me. I'll just leave it to me. I'm not that guy. Your willingness to aid is most reassuring. You have my heartfelt thanks. Upon arriving in the eastern land, search for a Vieira woman carrying a bow and dressed in similar attire to myself. If you visit a tavern like this one, I dare say you may find someone who has seen her. You know, this is sounding suspiciously like possible abilities for a Beastmaster. I wonder. To Kugane. Bum 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 ba ba da ba da. I still don't have that thing, and it drives me crazy that I walk by it every time I come to this place. One day. I've gotten to the top, but I missed the jump. Welcome to the KageKaze hostery. How may I serve you? You're searching for a woman. As a matter of fact, I do distinctly remember seeing a Vieira woman of that description earlier. But I'm afraid I could not tell you where she may be now. Alas, from a Tural, was it? Sorry, cannot help you. That reminds me, though. I heard Tural has its own local variety of spirits called mezcal. Been meaning to take it for myself for an age now, but you've no idea how hard it is to get one's hand on a bottle of it here. Looks like up top is where I need to go, actually. To the top. Here we go. A Vieira woman wearing a bow. Why, yes. Or bearing a bow. Why, yes, I do recall such a person. It was hard not to notice her, really, given how she was peering at every little thing. If she came from the distant lands to the west, no doubt Kugane is quite the unusual sight for her. With any luck, she may still be where I saw her, in the vicinity of the Sekisegumi barracks. To the barracks! It's right up there. I mean, it's gonna just teleport, but I mean, it's right there, and I'm already sprinting! Lotoka-esque woman. A very Lotoka of you. The city is simply too large for me to cover alone. Perhaps it is time I returned home. I've come to aid your search, Lotoka. Oh, is that right? I am grateful, but why? I see. Shashepia always was a worrywart. Won't deny I appreciate the help, though. Ascertaining the whereabouts of the cocoon has been no easy task. I managed to secure room and board in this lodging after arriving in Kugane, and have been using it as a base to track down the thief ever since. I'll tell you all I know. According to an eyewitness from my village, the thief is a middle-aged Huron male. That's all we have to go on regarding his appearance. Ooh, that's not a lot. Yet so long as he possesses the cocoon, he can be anyone and anything. An elderly woman traipsing along the street, a child throwing a ball, mayhap even the dog chasing after it. Truth be told, I was nigh at wit's end trying to find him. That is until I discovered that a series of unusual squabbles have been occurring around the city. After investigating these incidents, I found one commonality. The instigator in each case invariably had no recollection of the incident, let alone inciting it. What's more, eerie accounts have begun to circulate amongst the residents. Some folk claim they're seen in two places at once. Based on this, I believe the thief's been using the Dreamweave cocoon to transform into innocence and spread discord through the city. Stands to reason we can find him by following the trail of chaos left in his wake, no? And yet, even should we apprehend him, in whatever form he's hidden himself within, there's nothing to stop him from feigning ignorance. Besides a secret remedy, of course. The recipe for an elixir which can forcibly remove the cocoon's enchantment has been passed down in my village for emergencies like this. I made sure to prepare a few vials before making the voyage here. I need simply throw the solution at the suspect and the cocoon's weave of mimicry will unfurl on the spot. That covers everything. Now, let's say we see if there's any trouble afoot. The thief will undoubtedly not be far from it. Let me know when you are ready. We will catch him together. Alright, sounds good. Ready to set off then. Perfect. I say we begin our search within the markets. I recall a great number of people gathering in the Razka district. I believe it was called. Okay. And this is level, just straight level 90. Okay, so this is just boom. Role quests get unlocked, and you can do the role quests starting at 90. Okay. To think that all this was wrought by mortal hands, remarkable. My people have ever lived in harmony with nature, but that doesn't mean we condemn the ways of those who choose otherwise. In fact, in the brief time I've been exposed to settlements like this, I've come to see such places have their merits too. Okay, and we are heading north. Look, you thieving whoreson! I told you, this isn't enough! But sir, that cannot be right. I am sure I gave you your change in full. Enough! Hand over my money, or I'll take it by force! This is tough. I mean, I don't think the clerk is suspicious because he thinks he gave back what it was supposed to be, but apparently it wasn't properly. Let's keep watching. Let's get a better idea of what's going on here. Isn't it obvious? No one gets so worked up over a handful of coins unless they're looking for trouble. Reveal yourself, villain! Okay, I mean, it was pretty obvious, but okay. If it's going to be that simple, then that's fine with me. What in the blazes do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry. Very sorry. Oh, okay, so, yeah. It's one of those things where I'm pretty sure we're watching the aftermath, right? It's like, yeah, he seems somewhat suspicious, but, this does seem like the person's already done the thing that's causing the problem. Ah! Oh dear. thousands apologies, sir. I gravely miscalculated your change. I will return what you are owed immediately. I beg for forgiveness. Oh, so it really was just a misunderstanding. Yeah, okay, so she's very quick on the draw. Alright. That'll be fun. I apologize for the disturbance. Oh, how dreadfully embarrassing. Well, a hunter doesn't quit after a single arrow misses its mark. Best not to dwell on what's done, and instead focus on our next course of action. Let's see how things fare on Kugane Dori. Alright. Oh man, we've got places to visit. Da 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 da. I haven't been to Kugane in a while. Da 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 da. Oh yeah. Do you think that was absorbed by mortal hands? Remarkable. Oh, it's the same. Oh, no, it's the same one. Okay, but there's a new one over here. It's a shame it's raining. Although a rainy Japanese city isn't bad. I cannot believe how impossibly vast it is. My jaw dropped when I first saw it. I could hardly fathom where the horizon ended and the sea began. Before arriving in Tulialol, I'd imagined the sea to be merely a larger, saltier body of water than the lake back home. There, we would race from shore to shore. To tip the same here, I fear, would have fatal results. Yep. Distant seas. Da 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 da. I remember being so excited for this expansion just for Kugane. The weeb in me, I know. I'll cut you down where you stand, you lecherous lummox! Ooh, someone's got alliteration. See, the problem is there's like normal problems happening, and we have to determine when they're extra problems. What is going on here? The big bloke yonder allegedly laid his hands on that grizzled fellow's woman. Afraid this may come to blows. Calm yourself. Calm yourself, man. I have not done what she claims. You dare add insult to injury by calling her a liar. Ignore him. I told you that pig... Wow. I told you that pig defiled me. Cut him down this instant. Really? There is no truth to her words. Wherefore does she sprout such rubbish? Alright, this might... This one's hard to say, because this could be a problem. You know what? I'm tempted to switch my character to get that stubble look, but I've had the big bushy beard and mustache for so long. Oh, it's hard to say, man. Like, now that I could go that way... I don't know. Maybe I'll just see if I can't change the color and see if it looks a little better. Kami, give me strength. Cut the bloody brute down already. Okay, this does feel suspicious. Yes. Not less than your head shall serve as penance for your crime. Very well. Let my blade prove my innocence. It's her, right?
This time I'm inclined to agree. Ah, yeah! Oh, he's dressed in shinobi garb. Was that really necessary? No matter. I was growing weary of this petty farce. It's time I moved on to bigger and better things. And he's just gone. Damn, that was good camera work. Oh, no, you don't! Get him! Oh! I approve of this message. Oh! Disappointment! He just goes... now he panics. Little Namazu, man. He gets what he deserves, I swear. Yes, yes. How odd. My bow is more out of tune than I realized. Sweetheart! Is it really you? Oh, thank the kami you are safe. I found her lying unconscious in a nearby alleyway. She could only vaguely recall being attacked from behind before losing consciousness. So the villain knocked her out before assuming her visage in a ploy to deceive her husband. I fell for the deception like a complete and utter fool. I do not even know how to begin to make amends. There are no amends to be made. You simply acted as any husband would. Due to your involvement, this matter was resolved without bloodshed. The Sekisagumi thank you. 'Tis regrettable, however, that the villain managed to escape. A criminal who can change their shape at will is exceedingly dangerous. Know that the Sekisagumi will alert the populace to this menace and remain vigilant for any suspicious activity in the city. Feels good to be back in Japan. Let's return to my lodgings. I'd like to go over where we stand with our elusive quarry. As predicted, the thief has been using the cocoon's power of mimicry to incite conflict around the city. What he hopes to accomplish by doing so, however, is still unclear. As long as he has this power, our sole means of tracking him remains the havoc left in his wake. A tying tale for any hunter, but I am heartened to have a warrior like you beside me as I tread it. We'll catch him together, and when we do, we'll net out justice he deserves, Malak. That's a decent chunk of XP. What's the next one? 92? The Sea of Blood. Good to see you, Malik. For better or for worse, I haven't heard about any unusual incidents in Kugane since our last altercation with the thief. There may be a reason for that. Do you remember when he claimed he was moving on to bigger and better things? If we're to catch him, we may have to expand the scope of our search beyond Kugane. Yet he traveled all the way from Tural to this eastern land for a reason, and I can't imagine he'd go too far. Do you know of any other settlements nearby? The Ruby Sea is dotted with settlements. People live out in those waters, but they're so vast. Where would we even begin? Ah, so the Bakufu has an outpost in the Ruby Price. That sounds like the perfect place to start. Let us make our way there and avail ourselves of the soldiers' intel. If anything out of the ordinary has occurred, no doubt they'll be aware of it. Shall we? Let's shall. To the Ruby Sea! Ah, wait. It's right there. Okay. Then... Whee! Foo-foo. 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 Jump! Jump. Kick. It's all in the mind. Ah, I have fond memories of coming here in Alpha Node jumping into the water. Like a dumbass. Right, moving on. Ikaruga. Well, this is unexpected. What brings you to the Ruby Price? Disputes. Strange you should ask. Not even a moon ago, the waters of the Ruby Sea were poised to turn as a sanguinary shade. Red tide. Please, tell us everything. A Confederate skiff approached the Ruby Price without authorization, and its occupant began hurling insults after insult in an obvious attempt to provoke us. We did not succumb to their provocations, however. After the warning the vessel we'd fire if they drew an ilm closer, they withdrew without a word. However, should they attempt to provoke us again, we will not display the same level of restraint, and the roar of our cannon shall signal their comrades to rally in full force. The waters will flow red. Of that, there can be no doubt. Tensions run high. Not like this has ever occurred. I see. Thank you for the information. Might we speak privately? Well, this is obvious. Okay. Based on the testimony just now, I gather there's an agreement in these waters that the Confederates are not allowed to draw near the Ruby Price, guarded as it is by Bakufu sentries. If that's the case, then as the soldier stated, I can only conclude that the vessel earlier was attempting to incite a dispute between the two factions, which fits the modus operandi of our quarry, wouldn't you say? Perhaps it was he who sailed here under the banner of the Confederates. Whatever the case may be, we have nothing but conjecture. We'll need solid evidence before we can alert the soldiers here to this threat. I doubt they'll heed our warnings otherwise. First, we need to verify if any members of the Confederacy actually approached the Ruby Price. Do you know where their base of operations can be found? Sakazuki. Looks like it would be fastest for us to swim there. Yeah, let me tell you about this guy I know that just jumped in the water one day. His screams still linger in my ears. I've been learning to swim. Hooah! Hello, hello, hello. What? Absolutely not. Not one of my Confederate brothers and sisters would approach the ruby price without authorization. Those cowardly Bakufuku dogs must have concocted this baseless rumor to get a rise out of us. And no, but that is what this person wants you to think. So, good luck with that. The soldiers at the ruby price said that, did they? Pardon my language, but that's a load of shite. We have no interest in Hingan waters. If anything, I've seen their skiffs encroaching on our territory of late. If you ask me, they're the ones thirsty for blood. Oh man, he moves fast. Okay. There you are, Malik. Listen to what this person has to say. The situation is more grave than we thought. I'm thankful you came, and not a moment too soon. Captain Rasho ain't been acting himself, you see. Normally where he goes, Tansui goes, but not today. He showed up earlier by his lonesome, and ordered us to gather as many heads as possible to join him on the Isle of Beko, to attend to some pressing business. Normally I'd oblige the captain without a moment's hesitation, but I had a feeling something weren't right. So I asked him what manner of business. We're going to set the ruby price ablaze, he says. The bloody ruby price! Tried speaking some sense into him, but we weren't a mind to listen. Walked off saying he has no need of craven cowards or craven bastards like me. Look, I don't know what's gotten into the captain, but it can't be anything good. Please, go to the Isle of Beko. Stop him and me comrades before it's too late. This Rasho acting strangely can't be a coincidence. We need to get to that island, and quickly. Do you know the way? Got it. We've not a moment to waste. Okay. I become in there. A lot of going from point to point in this one. Like, I do remember Shadowbringers at the very least. The reason for your skills for hunting them down was apparent. I don't remember the quests in Endwalker as much as I should. I know a lot of people said they liked them, but I don't really remember them all that well. But this one's kind of... Well, I love the Namazu part. Doesn't feel there's a lot for me to do that would really need me to be a particular role, you know? I hear voices. Seem they're gathered up ahead. Those scum think they can encroach on our territory and get away with it. I'll be damned if we let him. Tonight we lay siege to the ruby price and seize it for ourselves. But are you sure? If we do this, we won't be just starting a battle. We'll be starting a war. You've been acting strange, Captain. What's gotten into you? Silence! I didn't ask for your bloody opinion. Those lying dogs claimed it was us breaching the agreement. I say we give the bastards what they deserve. You're not welcome here. Be gone if you value your lives. Yeah, you would know me. You're a terrible actor. Whee! You saw through my disguise at once again. Don't tell me you count even a pirate captain among your acquaintances.
What are you trying to accomplish? Why incite such conflict wherever you go? Why? Sorry to disappoint you, but contrary to the passage of the Unbound's prattling about freeing the world from the tyranny of government, I have no grand designs. I wish merely for everyone to show their true faces. Folk love to put on airs of sophistication and virtue, but push them towards the edge, and their masks slip off to reveal the monsters underneath. They'll go for their neighbor's jugular to save their own skin. You've seen it for yourselves. It's quite the spectacle.
He's gonna fly off again. Is it? Yep. Lady, hit this target. Whee!
Is that the same Namazu? Damn it! The winds are too strong.
You're not very good at this, are you? You really aren't very good at this, are you? Oh, we didn't get more Namazu.
Man of 1,000 faces is a true menace indeed. We'll return to Onokoro forthwith to alert the captain. Rest assured, the Confederacy will be keeping a close watch over the Ruby Sea. I didn't think for a moment he was an imposter, and the lies he spouted about the Bakufu soldiers were enough to make my blood boil. To think what would have happened if you'd not been here to stop us. Kami bless you. All he wants is to expose people's so-called true faces. That he would use the cocoon for such a petty cause. Unthinkable. Let us return to Kugane for the time being. Back to the city. Follow me. Set me free. We'll escape from the city. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster, faster, faster. Damn it, I can't believe a bastard like that. Ah, forgive me. I find myself more disgusted with the villain each time we see him. And to think of all this is driven by small-minded spite. From what I could gauge, he didn't fly towards Kugane during his escape. I believe he seeks a new settlement to terrorize. Now that the Confederacy and I are acquainted, I'll see if they can help me sniff out his roost. No doubt where there's smoke, he'll be there stoking the fire. And I suppose I'll use this period to tend to my bow. Next time my arrow will fly true.
Okay. That's not a ton of experience. Yeah, I'll try and get some experience on some of these characters, but 94 who's who. So yeah, I'd have to go to Samurai for this one. Okay. Hasn't been any combat so far, so alright.
Wonderful, you're here. Ever since the incident in the Ruby Sea, I've kept a line of communication with the Confederacy. They just reported something you'll be interested to hear. Apparently a man impersonating the distinguished Lord of Doma was recently exposed. One of the Lord's retainers saw through the pretender's facade while he was attempting to stir up trouble in the Doman Enclave. The impostor then reportedly transformed into a hawk and fled. Clearly our quarry now nests in Doma.
Oh man, did he try to be Hien? Jeez.
I'd like to resume our hunt immediately, but I'm not sure where he may go after his failure in the Enclave. Do any locations come to mind? A town in Yangsha called Namai, you say? That sounds promising. The extent of your knowledge is truly remarkable, Malik. Then without further ado, let us make our way there and see if the residents have noticed any unusual activity.
Ah, man, I'm glad I chose this one first. It's been a tour through Stormblood. It's been great. It's been great. Have there been any quarrels of late? Why, yes, actually. Just the other day, the two of us were at each other's throats over a persimmon. She was only supposed to eat half, but she went and gobbled the whole thing. In the end, she purchased this one by way of apology, so let bygones be bygones. What's that? This isn't the sort of quarrel you're looking for. Okay. Yeah. Trouble? None that I can think of. For a blessing, all's been peaceful. Okay. By the Kami's grace, our quaint village has not seen strife since the Imperials were ousted. There has been news, however, of a man impersonating Lord Hien at the Enclave. As I'm told, when Lord Hien voiced intentions to invade Anxia, all present grew wary of the individual. None more so than Lady Ugiri, who saw through the farce immediately. After he was exposed, the villain fled the scene with haste. Unfortunately, efforts to find him have not borne fruit. Okay, so they're pretty well advised of what's going on. None of the residents I spoke with reported anything out of the ordinary. How did you fare? Then it seems the villain is not here. Where might he have gone? Huh? What are you doing here? A friend of yours? Don't hang your head like we're strangers. We met just moments ago. Remember? You asked me how to reach the House of the Fierce. Oh, he's trying to be me now. Good grief, lad. You're lost, aren't you? I can't understand your embarrassment, but I'll tell you the way again. Listen carefully now. Follow the descending path leading north out of the village until you see a small pond. Then simply dive in and swim. The House of the Fierce will be on the other side. Could he have impersonated you this time? This doesn't bode well. We must hurry. Much obliged, sir. Don't mind me. I'm just a little dumb. I'll get there this time, I swear. Lance Dragon. Hello. Welcome. I have no idea if that's a stock message or what, but I've seen that message before. What confuses about me is it's not like it's a linker trying to get me to do anything. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird. Just how far must we swim to reach this place? I dare say my days spent in the lakes back home are about to come in handy. They haven't been using this place as much as they used to, right? And he looks just like me, even though I was in my ninja outfit the last time he saw me. Well, I mean, I guess the outfit was mostly the same. Hey! I have a voice! My friends, it's come to my attention that the Khan of the Azim Steppes, mighty Onor, the Khan of the Azim Steppes, mighty Oranir, okay, mighty Oranir tribe conspires in the shadows to invade Doma. We must not give them the chance. Invasion would mean all-out war. There's only one solution. Under the cover of darkness, you must assassinate the Khan. Only with his death can this crisis be averted. They grow wary. Perhaps I should observe my targets more carefully. With all due respect, these allegations must be brought before Lord Hien. It is imperative we receive his instructions before acting. That'd be playing right into Onir's hands. After all, an impostor disguised as Lord Hien was but recently exposed. An Onir spy. There can be no question. Yet the spy has fled, their whereabouts unknown. They could be anyone and anywhere, weaving new schemes even as we speak. Decisive action must be taken. This is why I came to you. So the impersonation of Lord Hien was but a part of Onir's grand scheme. But why would those who fought alongside us for Doma's liberation conspire to invade? Forgive me, but you do not seem yourself, Malik. Something isn't right. Because I'm desperate! A shadow looms over Doma, and only with your help can I cast away its dark pall. Please, lend me your strength. Our honored friend Malik risked life and limb to see Doma free, yet you address him with suspicion and doubt. He says we must act first to prevent greater bloodshed, then we must act. It's true. He's never led us astray. Brothers and sisters, let us join hand with Malik once more to drive back this shadow rising over Doma. Hey! What's the meaning of this? It's that infernal Onir spy! Quickly, kill him before he can escape! You sound nothing like me. Sharonan's here! It's you. Such persistent vermin. And off he flies. Team Rocket's blasting off again. You gonna hit him this time? I have my doubts. You're not getting away this time! Okay, where's the near... Oh yeah, there's a bunch of Namazu here. Through the fish! You know, this is the best. The melee, you know what? This is going to be the best. You know, they're going to need to pull out some seriously good stuff to beat this series of role quests. Because anytime you wreak havoc on Namazu, I'm there. The problem appears to be your aim, not the bow. God, both of these are bad. I'm going to go with that one. Ha! Pathetic! You're nothing like the other girl. What was her name? Yes, Latoka. She was fearsome, that one. Right up until the moment I drove my blade into her back. Ah! That explains it. He killed Latoka, and she's trying to avenge her. What is this? Don't tell me you've been masquerading around as Latoka herself. After all, that would make you no better than me. Hiding behind the name of another won't erase the blame you bear for everything that happened. I'm sorry. I swear I'll explain everything to you later. For now, we should apprise these men and women of the situation. Actually, guys, I'm totally in on this thing. Let's go kill the Khan. To think that he can transform into anyone, a truly fearsome ability. I shall alert Lord Hien to this threat immediately. Rest assured that all of Doma will be on alert. I was completely fooled. I have no words to express my shame. Upon seeing you again, I realized that though the impostor assumed your guise, he had neither your spirit nor your grace. Forgive me. I will not fall for such a farce again. It's all good, guys. Might I have a word? The man impersonating you earlier, I'd recognize his face anywhere without a doubt. He is Samidare, a childhood friend. You know him. Please, you must tell us everything. I have known Samidare nearly my entire life. We learned the shinobi arts together, you see. Roughly 25 years ago, we engaged in our first battle as proud ninja, defending Doma against the Empire's invasion. Oh, so he doesn't wear the shinobi gear for looks. He is actually trained in shinobi arts. With every fiber in our body, we met their mighty Magitech with nimble ninjutsu. As if moved by our resolve, the mighty auspice and guardian of Doma, Tamano Gozen, appeared on the field of battle to aid our cause. Yet our efforts were for naught. The Empire's might fell upon Doma like a hammer, and we were crushed beneath their overwhelming force. The occupation began soon thereafter, and so too did my work from the shadows. While I devoted myself to resisting the Empire in secret, Samidare was conscripted to their army and forced to become an Imperial spy. I understand he served them well, fanning the flames of war in faraway lands through rumor and manipulation. Indeed, as far back as I can recall, Samidare was ever excellent in the skill of subterfuge. It was only after the prisoner exchange that he returned to Doma at long last, but he was a changed man. He could find no joy or solace in the peace he once fought to secure for our nation. Instead, he sought to disrupt it. War has taught me the truth of this world. Civility is but a facade to hide man's savagery, and I'll prove it here in dear, dear Doma. The fool I am, I thought he was jesting. Only later, when I discovered the web of lies he'd spun to turn folk against one another, did I realize he meant every word. I tried to confront him, but he fled Doma before I had the chance. Nevertheless, I searched his home afterwards, and I discovered a missive from an organization called the Passage of the Unbound. I have it with me here. Dear illustrious Samidare, we extend our deepest gratitude for your interest in joining the Passage of the Unbound. With each passing day, our secret order draws closer to its goals, and we shall require exceptional talent for what lies ahead. Bearing these needs in mind, we have decided to welcome you into the fold, to celebrate the start of an auspicious future together. We invite you to meet your colleagues in Tulioilal, and have enclosed your ticket within. Exceptional talent. Exceptional egos, more like. This Passage of the Unbound kept a watchful eye on nations far and wide to recruit cutthroats like Samidare, who only follow their own desires. Upon his arrival in Toral, Samidare's ambitions guided him to my home, where he stole the Dreamweave cocoon and set out to use it for his own twisted efforts. I'm afraid that appears to be the way of it. In all likelihood, it is the passage of the Unbound which alerted him to the Dawnweave cocoon's existence. Today, Samidare attempted to incite war between Doma and the Azim Steppe by wearing the face of our dearest ally, you. Your timely appearance prevented the worst from happening, but so long as he can alter his form and face at will, who can say what tomorrow may bring? His years as a secret operative made him a master at reading people, should he decide to study his target before taking their form. I fear his schemes may not be discovered until it's already too late. Please be careful, and may the Kami bless and keep you. Attempting to find Samidare now will be a fruitless endeavor. He could be any bird in the sky or beast roaming the wild. Let us return to Kugane. I'll reveal everything to you there, I promise. Pray, return to the Kugane sands. Oh! Back to Kugane. Gotta get back to the past samurai, Malik. Like, I remember in Shadowbringer, some of these quests were very interesting because, like, you got to play as characters in Ardbert's journey. It was pretty neat. I'm wondering if we'll have any moments like that in this whole series. I'm grateful for your help today. Once again, I let our prey slip away. The only silver lining is that we know who he is now. But more importantly, I apologize for deceiving you. As Samidare said, I'm not the greatest hunter in my home. I'm not Latoka. I'm Kuiki. I hail from the same village as Latoka, and I too am a hunter, but only in name. You've seen my aim for yourself. Yet most shameful of all is that it's my fault the Dreamweave cocoon was stolen. Normally, it is enshrined in the deepest recesses of our home. Only Latoka had leave to wield it. The forest provides shelter and sustenance to many, and not all we share its bounty with are friendly. When great beasts threaten our home, the cocoon's power may be used to protect our lives. Yet I used it for my own foolish desires. I couldn't take it anymore. I was a hunter, yet could barely catch prey large enough to feed myself. I was forced to wash clothes, prepare meal, and tune bows. Just once I wanted to be acknowledged, I wanted to feel pride. So I used the cocoon's power to transform myself into Latoka. With her dexterity and finesse, I finally caught my prey, befitting a true hunter. And as I carried my prize home, he appeared. I found him collapsed in the middle of a beaten path. I never had reason to mistrust someone before, so I approached to nurse his wounds. Yet the moment I drew close, he knocked the cocoon from my grasp and struck me unconscious. He was long gone by the time I awoke. I confessed my sin to the village elder, and in her boundless grace she forgave me. But I could not forgive myself. I left home that very eve in secret to pursue the thief all the way to Kugane. After several days of fruitlessly scouring the city, who should I see but Latoka? As our most exceptional hunter, it came as no surprise the elder had charged her with recovering the cocoon. She was astonished to see me, of course. I had told no one of my actions. I feared she would send me home, but when I expressed to her my shame, my anger, she consoled me and told me we would find the cocoon together, And I was certain we would, until the day that duplicitous bastard killed her. You appeared soon after her passing. I thought with someone as strong as you at my side, maybe, just maybe, I could avenge her. So I lied. Like Samidare said, I'm no better than he is. I'm an imposter. But my desire to reclaim the cocoon is every bit as strong as Latoka's was. I'm so sorry for lying to you, Malek. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me and continue to aid me in reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon. How could I say no? I had my suspicions, but I also had faith in you. And it's been rewarded. I like the top. Thank you for telling me the truth. Of course I'll help. Thank you. I know with you at my side, I can keep my promise to Latoka. For now, I'll remain vigilant for any news regarding conflict in the region. Please do pay me a visit when you find a moment to spare. I'm counting on you. I'm guessing there's 3 more. 96. Alright, well, I guess I'm going back to Dragoon because I don't have anything at 96. Malek, I'm so relieved to see you. I thought you might resent me for lying to you, that you might refuse to lend me your help again. I'd certainly be hard-pressed to reclaim the cocoon alone in this foreign land. I truly meant what I said before. I'm counting on you. Though I'm ashamed to admit it, when I first arrived here, I was nearly swindled out of an heirloom by a talking catfish. Oh, well, that would explain why she's been firing her arrow at every Namazu she sees. I'd been scouring the city for a shop to pawn my choker, so I could secure room and board, you see. When the catfish approached me claiming he'd buy the necklace for a fair price, offered me a handful of coins that glittered like gold. I was about to accept the offer when Latoka appeared. In mere moments, she discerned that the catfish's currency was counterfeit, and ended the transaction then and there. She dragged me to the markets afterwards and pawned her own necklace to secure lodgings for the both of us. From the moment she arrived, Latoka took care of everything. What I'm trying to say is, I can't do anything on my own. I'm reckless, I'm impulsive, and I'm just really glad to have you by my side. It's been some time, my friends. Pray, forgive my sudden visit, but I came bearing urgent tidings. Ah, we spoke with you at the House of the Fierce. What brings you all this way? I was able to make contact with Samidare. I told him I was willing to make amends and join my oldest friend in exposing the lies in people's hearts. He responded most eagerly and bade me meet him in secret. Oh, wait, really? Did he say where? Aye, Hell's Lid. I had a mind to lay an ambush for him, but not knowing the extent of the power he wields, I thought it best to seek help. And so I come here to beg you or aid Malek. Your strength and valor are unequaled, and we cannot apprehend Samidare without you. We may never get another chance to catch him unawares like this. There's no time to lose. Wait, forgive me for speaking plain, Huntress, but I fear we would only be a hindrance to Malek when the fighting begins. Let us go to Hell's Lid by skiff and meet his after the villain is subdued. Oh, I take your point. You're right. Without us there to distract him, Malek can focus wholeheartedly on the battle. Sorry, would you mind going alone? We'll be there as soon as we can. I don't trust this. I think that was him. I don't trust this. Not one bit. 68 where the gold goes. What is this? Oh. Gosh, I am so behind on my Blue Mage stuff. Back out to the Ruby Sea, huh? Back. Come on. See no sign of Samidare. Perhaps his lair is further ahead. You know, Warrior of Light, my dude. This is the second time you've fallen for this. The bandits on the road who captured Buklamat from you, which, this being level 96, I'm pretty sure that was around the level that happened. Let's see. Yeah, because you went through the Saidip Cenote. You would have already been through this. How do you fall for this again? I feel an unsettling presence. Oh, hey! Actual fighting. There's nowhere to be found. There's naught to do but await your companion's arrival. Oh, no. I mean, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I got a feeling I'm not. Hey. You alright? Now I'm thinking that's him. I came as soon as... Oh. Oh, is the battle over already? Where's Samidare? I was attacked, but not by Samidare. What? So this was a trap. Wait, over there. Yeah. Yep, we truly did fall for this again. Thank goodness, I made it. After all that time I spent in that old Kojin shell, convincing his underlings to attack you. My blade was mere ilms from the skin of your back. Alas, a meticulous plan gone to waste. It seems I underestimated your strength, and the failed huntress's tenacity. I dare say I'm outmatched, and no common beast I might mimic can stand against you. I must contemplate your deaths with more care, more rigor. Looking forward to our next meeting. Hey, no arrow into Tuinamazu? Aw. Forgive me. Needed to catch my breath. Samidare's friend was the villain himself. As soon as the skiff made it to the open sea, he threw me overboard. I damn near had to swim like a fish to make it here in time. He's made me into a fool again. He waylaid me before using a similar ruse. By the time I figured out what was what, Latoka was already... I always wondered how a craven like Samidare was able to kill her, our greatest hunter, and now I know. When Latoka felt the blade in her back and turned to see the face of her killer, she saw me. I'm glad I was able to prevent history from repeating itself. I don't want to lose you two. We should return to Kugane. Samidare may have planted more than one trap for us here. Is this one over already? I feared the worst as I rushed to reach you. The moment Samidare was in sight, I charged without thinking, which, in retrospect, was probably for the best. Had I tried to shoot him from afar with my bow, I might have missed, or worse yet, hit you instead. In any case, I'm just relieved you're safe. I promise to be more wary from now on, particularly of familiar faces. It hardly needs saying, but remember to keep your guard up as well. For now, I'll resume my efforts to gather information about Samidare's whereabouts. I'll be the first to know once I have a lead. Yep. That was quick. 98, and getting some food for it. Good to see you, Malik. Or should I say Samidare? There's only one way to be sure. I need you to tell me something only you and I would know. When I used the cocoon to take on Latoka's form, what creature did I hunt? You never told me. It's really you. Whew, that's a relief. Indeed, I never told you that my arrow struck a great wild boar. A prize for any hunter. Samidare is the only one who ever saw it. Sorry for doubting you, but I could think of no better way to expose him if he'd attempted to impersonate you again. I had to remain vigilant. After all, even though no news of his plots has reached me as of late. From here to Yangsha, people are on alert for a many-faced agitator within their midst, and not even a crazy stray cat is beyond scrutiny. While Samidare can no longer act so brazenly, I'm afraid this means his trail's gone cold. We also have another problem. When he pushed me into the Ruby Sea, the remedy I carried was soaked in salt water. I'm afraid it's no longer effective. Oh, she can't turn him back? Ooh, that sucks. No doubt his plan from the start was to eliminate the one means we had of undoing the cocoon's mimicry. We're at a disadvantage too great to ignore, which is why I intend to synthesize a new batch. I was just about to go procure the necessary ingredients from the supplier when you arrived. Why don't you join me? I like how this guy's wearing a cowboy hat. Just because. I've never heard of such materials. Where are they found? Deep in the forests of Tyrol, a land far beyond the Great Sea, and far, far to the west of here. Tyrol! I'm afraid my supply chain does not extend quite that far. I feared as much. It doesn't help that the materials can only be harvested when the season is right. Even if I were to return home now, I doubt I could find what we need. We have no choice but to give up on the remedy. I'm sorry. Now we're at the mercy of Samidare's cunning. Hello there. Tell me, have you any salves that might ease my aching back? Sir, this isn't the apothecary. Where are your spectacles?
No, yes. How could I forget? Ah, much better. Sometimes I forget that I'm as blind as a bat without these. Forgive me, Shirokashi.
Excuse me. Do those bits of glass covering your eyes help you see better?
Well, are you unfamiliar with spectacles?
I've seen folks wearing them before, but I always thought they were decorative. Like my choker. Tell me, where could I produce a pair of my own?
Yumabuki is your man. He has a breadth of artisan contacts who will ensure you receive a fine-tuned to your specifications. You'll find his shop on this very street.
I'll look for him, thank you.
Now, excuse me, I'm off to break my hip somewhere.
I'm sorry, you must be completely bewildered. I thought a failure of a hunter like me would never be able to aid you in battle, but I've come to realize there's hope yet. But let's not crowd this stall any longer. Care to join me over there? Yeah, okay, sure. Yep, Move to point B and click. I got it. Yep. Yep. Or okay, we're just going. All right, good. Ever since I was a child, I've had trouble seeing things from afar. That's why my aim with the bow was so poor. I'm not fit to be a hunter, never was. It's only natural that chores like washing sheets and preparing meals fell to me. But I always yearned to do more, to be more. I've looked up to Latoka ever since I can remember. No matter how hard I tried, I simply couldn't give up on my dream. I had to be just like her. So I begged her to teach me everything she knew, from the basics of drawing a bow to precise aiming techniques that few hunters use. Yet despite all her efforts, my sight failed me where it counted most. All my life I thought this was simply how nature intended for me to be. I was content to accept my lot. But now I know spectacles may improve my eyesight. I feel hope. I could just try them. Mayhap my arrows would find true. I could join you in battle and maybe even strike down Samidare with my own arrow. We may have lost the remedy, but This would give us an element of surprise. So I have to try on spectacles for myself. Wow, the thing she's gone all this time not realizing that there was correction for vision. All right, let's go meet. Oh, I hit that too fast, and I don't know the name, so we're going on to meet Yama. Yama Mama Mama. Yama Mama 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 Mama. Yamabuki. I mean, I don't think his spectacles are going to help you as much. I don't know. He did seem to be nearsighted. Oh, no, it's this. Okay, it's a different guy. So, never mind. Sorry. My bad.
A pair of spectacles, is it? I can certainly get your order in the pipeline, but I'm afraid there'll be a wait. I'm fresh out of supplies, and the next shipment isn't due for a number of weeks. Of course, if you're in a rush, you could roll up your sleeves and get the materials yourself. All you'll need is the glossy shell of an azure hawksbill, and a cluster of arlurant quartz. Bring them here, and my affiliates can begin work immediately. Who knows what scheme Samidari might contrive, should we let down our chase for weeks. Would you be willing to lend me a hand with procuring the materials? If we split up, we should be able to gather them in the blink of an eye. Quite the eager pair. In that case, I dare say you'll be able to negotiate with the Blue Kojin for a carapace of splendid quality. Ah, I visit Tamaizu during my investigations of the Ruby Sea. I'll handle the shell. That leaves you with the Ulurant Quartz. Pray look for a cavern near Shawi Rock in the Ruby Sea. Sprinkle some glittering gravel to lure a shoal Luashumi from its lair, and retrieve a cluster from its shell. Cool. Well, at least there's fighting. Let's meet back here when we're finished. Everything's in the Ruby Sea, though, which is a little meh. Ba ba. Down, 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 down. It's actually in here. Didn't spawn it just with the... Alright. Excuse me. Well, that was fast. I am the first to return. Not surprising with how fast that was. Excellent. This will make for a fine pair of lenses. Now we only need to wait for your friend. I'm back.
Are you waterlogged?
Sorry, didn't mean to alarm you like that. I spoke with the Kyojin of the Blue as planned, but soon learned that hawksbill shells have been sparse of late. They were reluctant to part with a single one. I was able to wear them down, though, until they proposed an exchange. If I dealt with the Red Kojin who'd invaded their fishing grounds, they'd spare a shell. I knew my bow would be useless, so I took a leaf out of Malik's book and fought him up close and personal. As you can see, I took quite the beating, but so did they. I may be a little worse for wear, but the trouble was worth it. I have the shell as promised, and with it, your associates can get started.
Indeed they can. Let us first measure your eyesight, and then they can get to work. Come with me. She's gonna have glasses from now on.
This is incredible. Everything is so vivid.
She has glasses now.
Why, I'm sure I could hit a bird over the horizon. Come, Malik. I want to fire some test shots at the sign over there.
Well, hold on. That seems like a fine way to earn the ire of the Sekisagumi. I'll prepare some targets for you. So let's move somewhere less crowded.
Of course. Thank you for going through the trouble.
Solve the problem with glasses. That's the best. So you can hit maybe the sky. The next on quest. We're going to find out. Bum bum bum. Okay, she actually can aim. Thwack.
I did it! I really did it! After all these years, my aim is true! When we find Samidare, he won't know what hit him.
Alright, so the next quest should be us against Samidare.
I don't know if I can properly describe this feeling to you. After so long, I don't feel like someone pretending to be a hunter. Finally, I don't feel like a burden. As soon as I catch even a whiff of Samidare's trail, we'll stop him for good. When that moment arrives, please lend me your strength for one last time. Together, we'll retrieve the cocoon and return it to my village.
There it is. Gonna get some materia.
Your timing could not have been more impeccable. A person claiming to be an acquaintance of yours stopped by just moments ago, wishing to have a word about Samidare, no less. They're presently waiting in my room, so give me just a moment and I'll bring them here.
Oh! Wow! I did not expect to see Serena here.
You look well, Malik. Forgive me for eschewing pleasantries. There's an urgent matter I wish to discuss.
Is it Sadhu? Is there something wrong with Sadhu? When we first met in a reunion, what was it that you purchased in the market?
Kinsai,
as I recall. I had insufficient funds to purchase it myself, so you helped me gather Whisper Root to trade for it instead. It would seem you too have grown wary of imposters. Then we can proceed straight to the heart of the matter. You appeared in Mol Elo a few days ago, claiming Hien had been driven to madness. But he was assembling an army in Doma with plans to conquer the Azim Steppe. For a blessing, we'd already received word from a Doman envoy that an agitator was mimicking others, and saw the ruse for what it was. Unfortunately, when we attempted to capture them, the impostor transformed into a sheep and disappeared among the bands grazing the plains. When I informed our friends in Doma of the incident, I was told you have been using Kugane as a base to track down the perpetrator, and I thought it best I appraise you of this happening. Samidare. He won't relent. His schemes won't end until we make them end. We may discover clues to his whereabouts in Reunion. If anyone in the steppe has seen him, that is where they will be. Now I must alert the other tribes to this threat. May the wind speed your way. Oh, let's have him. Hopefully he's like impersonating Magnai or something, because, you know, that would just be hilarious. Off to the Azim Steppe then. With any luck, someone in Reunion will have insight to offer. Off we go! Alright, we got a few people to talk to. Do I need to say mole? Conflict? Not besides the normal quarrels between tribes. Certainly no disputes of the scale you speak of. But I have heard rumors that Magnai has been sneaking out from the Dawn Throne. Where he could be going, and to do what, I wonder? Okay, I was just being silly, but if he is imitating Magnai, oh, I need to have him and Sadu, and I just need there to be a big thing. Someone stirring up trouble? Quarrel among the tribes is as common as the rising sun. Not a day goes by without it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have goods to sell. Kindly continue your inquiries elsewhere. Conflict is forbidden in Reunion. This is known. As for my tribe, all is at peace. There's a rumor of interest, however. It seems that Magnai of the Orinir has been behaving strangely of late. Perhaps that is related to the matter you are investigating. Oh, little son. Little son. Were you able to learn anything of interest? Oh, I've learned Magnai is in trouble. I've also heard the rumors pertaining to this Magnai. One person even stated that they saw him headed towards a place called Bardam's Metal not long ago. Mayhap his is the form Samidare has chosen to take on. Whatever the case may be, we'll find the answer at Bardam's Metal. We can't allow Samidare's atrocities to go on any longer. Steel yourself, for when next we face him, we're putting an end to all of this. Why do I get this? Why do I get a weird suspicion that it's really actually Magnai, and he's just up to something stupid? There's no telling which form Samidare might take. An imminent warrior, a fearsome beast, or worse. Oh, are we going into Bardam's Metal? Like as a solo duty? Oh, this'll be interesting. I'm actually down for this. Okay, so this entire thing has been kind of like, okay, the quest has been interesting. I enjoyed the humor with the Namazu. Unfortunately, they did it 3 times and they were done. I could have gone for more. There's been a couple of small combats, but like you didn't get to role play as anybody, and there has been nothing great. So it's like it's been kind of slow. It's been, you know, a little less interesting than some previous roles. But hey, Maybe we'll get a decent solo duty out of this. Let's find out. He's also shown more scrupulous behavior in his preparations of late. Whatever his form, we would do best to assume that he has thoroughly studied its strengths. He will use them to full effect. Yet I am not the feeble hunter I was before. Together with your martial might and my exacting eye, we will defeat him. At long last, Latoka, I shall have her vengeance, and my village shall see the cocoon returned. Yep, we're in Bardam's medal. Magnai and Sadhu. Wait. Oh, the imposter is Sadhu. Oh, I knew it the moment I saw them together, and she just had her hands in like a demure pose. I was like, no, that's not Sadhu. There's no way that's Sadhu. Sadhu is far too aggressive. My beautiful bright sun, I would bask in your warmth till my flesh returns to the earth. Oh, don't fall for this. Don't fall for this! Has the feral dog gone rabid? You speak these honeyed words to lure me into your cot, only to slit my throat as I sleep. Hush, fool. I am your Nama. Though we've had our disagreements in the past, I've come to understand my actions were born of love. Oh, this is wrong. Yet only now that I am forced to wed do I realize this. Despite my shame, I wish to confess my feelings before it's too late. Wed? A Dothral? A Dothrali beast like you? To whom? To what? Hien of Doma. Oh my god, no! You just do not throw these names out like that. No! Hien of... I can't even say it. It's so absurd. Excuse me for a moment. Hien of Doma. By becoming kin, he seeks to leverage the influence of the Dothari to claim dominion over the steppe. The Doman knows no shame. The Doman knows no shame. I'm not quite getting his tone right. Very well. I will consider your proposal, far-fetched though it may be. I cannot overlook the possibility that you are my Nama. But first we must gather our warriors. The Doman's impudence cannot go unpunished. We march for Doma come morrow's dawn. Little? That is not your moon. You know what? I just want to say that because I don't think... he's never going to find his moon. You? What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? They are spies of Doma come to quash any thought of resistance. You must kill them, quickly. But he is the Khan. You didn't think of that, did you? Wow, Magnite just taking the L's at every opportunity, man. That's not even really Sadhu, and yet... I mean, I guess he's supposed to possess her strength, but still. You two are quite the persistent pair. I had hoped to strike your backs from the shadows, but now you've forced my hand. I will select from my repertoire the greatest warriors I have witnessed, and use their strength to give you the death you so crave. Oh, interesting. Beginning with her. How dare you! When my arrow pierces your breast, Latoka will finally know peace. Alright, let's do it. This artifact, her mastery is mine to wield. Ah, okay. Gosh, that has a ton of health. Mastery over beast. Oh my. Back. Okay, they are enemies I can target. There's so many. I can bury them in a volley of arrows. Cool. Please do. Nice. Stubborn fools, very well. I should borrow the might of that brutish Ornir. Oh, he's gonna be Sadu? Oh no, Onir, he's being Magni. Coup de Grey with that Dawntrail devil. Oh wow. Oh shit. I got you. Combining the powers of Sadu and Magni. That's quite the interesting thing to do. We shall assume her form. Ooh. The Auspice. Oh. Okay, I tried to arm's length that and I kind of failed. Oh, I can't now, so oh shoot. Woo! will drink deep of the ambient ether and render you to ash. Oh no. Such baleful energy. We're in trouble if we don't do something. Okay. Understood. Okay, just in time. As long as I have this power, victory is mine! Whew. Nice. You don't know who you're messing with. No! Now's your chance. This. I almost want her to miss and hit a Namazu. But I'm pretty sure she's going to hit this time. Nice. In the wing. Oh, that must have been a heck of a fall, too. Oh, okay. He's supposedly alive. Latoka, it's finally done. What am I doing here? I feel as though I have just woken from the strangest dream. Well, you see, this cowardly cur assaulted you from behind and knocked you unconscious. He also called you little son. Very little. You have shown the sun disgrace this day. You will feel his scorn impressed upon your flesh. You shall forget the warmth of his you shall forget the warmth of his radiance. In the shadows you will scream, yet none will hear. Prepare yourself. Duh! You done pissed off Magni. Death would have been too good a fate for him. He deserves to spend the rest of his days feeling the weight of his crimes. Now we've honored Latoka's memory and reclaimed the cocoon. No words can express my gratitude, Malik. I can finally go home. But my community awaits our foremost hunter's triumphant return. What expression will come over their faces when the village disgrace arrives instead? I don't know if I can bear to see. Come on, encouraging words. Our journey to reclaim the Dreamweave cocoon has come to an end at long last. Would that I could return home in high spirits. As I recall, you said Shaspea is the one who requested your help, yes? Let us make the journey back to Tilialal and report to her all that has happened. Dum 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 dum. You're back? Were you able to retrieve the Dreamweave cocoon? Latoka isn't with you. Quickie! Thank goodness you're alive! May her soul rest in the cocoon's embrace. I can't believe Latoka is gone. Yes, our village's greatest hunter is lost to us, while its greatest failure survives. Here, take the cocoon back where it belongs. Home. I have no right to return. Don't be ridiculous. You are a child of the forest. You are our dear sister. You can always come home. The entire village has been worried sick about you. We all saw how crestfallen you were. So, when you suddenly disappeared, we feared you took your life. For 3 days and 3 nights, we scoured the land and water to find you. Yet look at you now, Kikui. Kiwiki. Not only are you hale and whole, but you have reclaimed the cocoon too. I am sure that Latoka's spirit, hunting in the forests above, is smiling down at you with pride. And she would much rather you take up her mantle and protect the village than wallow in guilt over her death. Nothing escapes your gaze now, after all. Isn't that right? Thank you, Shaspena. It's settled. You will return home with me, and finally our village can breathe a sigh of relief. And I would be remiss of me not to thank you properly, Malik, for assisting Kuiki, oh my goodness, in reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon. You have my heartfelt gratitude. I was little more than a liar and a hypocrite when we first met. But during our time together, I discovered that I am so much more than that. That with the right tools, even I could become a hunter worthy of following in Latoka's footsteps. I'm truly grateful to you for helping me see that. Farewell for now, Malik. I hope that one day our paths may cross again. Cute. Cute. I did enjoy the way that ended, actually. Cute. Okay, so I've got a couple more. So these are all the new ones. That's fishing. Oh. Okay, so that was interesting. That took about 2 hours to complete. Considering how late I started. Wasn't sure how long I expected this to go, but I think it might be a bit longer than I was really intending. But I should now be able to dye these things, right? Alright, the dye channels are available. I'm going to have to go through my dyes, or just the general colors. I think I know what I'm going to have it be. Like, I think I even saved the colors. Yeah, I did. I put them on a favorite dye. I'm not 100% sure. I kind of like, because I like the way the blue, the lighter blue stands out. But I really do like Dragoon Blue, which is what the middle is. It's more of a darker blue. Metallic purple's not quite. I think that's what I'm going to be doing. So I got a bit of dye to buy. Okay, so there are 4 more left. I think I am going to probably do... I think I'm going to schedule to do the next 2. I'll just do them in sets of 2. Like, I'll just do this one now because it's so late. We'll just do the one. And then... what I think I'll do is I'll do the healer and the tank together. So I think next time what I'll do is the other DPS. We'll do mage and magic and physical next time. My best guess on when that'll be, though, is probably just going to be next Thursday. So I'll try and do that early. But I am happy to have this done. Now, color my world. Okay. That was fun. That was not the most interesting quest in the world. It was humorous. And the infight was alright. So, let's see how the others are. So yeah, I think I'm going to end this here and then say until next time, everybody. It's been great. I look forward to it again. I'll see you then.